Hello everyone, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw! And today I'm bringing you more Pokemon that we need to see in the game Pokemon Unite. I have two other videos on my channel showing Pokemon that you need to see. One here, one here. I will not be able to put these in post. There's no way something is popping up near my fingers, but go check out those other videos. I'll put the link in the description. All of these ideas come from members of the Discord community. They have so many cool theories of Pokemon that could be in the game and how they would work. So I wanted to showcase some of them for you here. I do also have another video right there. That won't show up either. I just listed off, I think, like 12 or 15 Pokemon that I wanted to see in the game and possibly the roles they could fill. So I'm going to pull some of these up. I'm going to read through them. I apologize that I am reading poorly at times, but let's talk about all these Pokemon that we could see in the game. Here we go. All right, from Red Rider on the Discord. Ooh, and let me pull this up here. Our first Pokemon, Butterfree. Butterfree is like a no-brainer to be in this game. It would be such a cool Pokemon. I'd guess it would be support. I haven't read this yet, but I'm guessing, when I think about it, I think Butterfree is probably a support. You could kind of put it as some sort of weird, almost attacker type or all-rounder type, depending on kind of what moveset it has, but it feels kind of like a wiggly, mime-ish support. So here we go. Butterfree support, yep, difficulty moderate, ability shed skin, Caterpie, or Metapod. I forget that this is going to have a Metapod phase, which is kind of one of my favorite things about something like this, is it's going to have this huge phase where it is not extremely useful, and I kind of love that idea. Okay. That ability is gain a small endurance boost while this ability is up and can cure themselves of hindrances, putting this ability on a moderate cooldown. Is endurance your HP? Is that what that means? And then compound eyes once you become Butterfree. After casting an ability, the next basic attack becomes empowered and has longer range. Yeah, I believe this is boosted. Ooh, that's really cool that your range would increase after you use it. That's a really fun idea. Okay. Let's see. Progression. Caterpie. Level 3, you become Metapod. And level 5, Butterfree. Fastest 3-stage evolution. That's pretty fun. Caterpie and Metapod are melee. Boosted attack lunges you forward a little. Butterfree is ranged and flaps little gusts at enemies. Boosted attack provides a little slow. Cool. Skills. Bug Bite. Lunges at enemies slightly and takes a nip out of them, healing a bit of HP when the enemy's damaged. And String Shot. Moderate size, long skill shot that fires a spray of silk, slowing them. The silk remains on the enemy for a short time, and if hit by String Shot again, while the ability comes off cooldown, and they can land it before the debuff runs out, they become rooted instead. Woo! That's so fun. Ooh, that's so fun. Okay, first upgrade, either Whirlwind or Air Slash. And this is at level 5. So these abilities don't change, obviously, until you become Butterfree. That's when you get new abilities. Bug Bite into Whirlwind. Fires a large skill shot, big rectangle that forces enemies back, dealing moderate damage. Oops, sorry. Dealing moderate... Dang it, Jake. Dealing moderate damage. Enemies shot into a wall receive double damage. Very similar to Mime then. And once it upgrades at level 10, enemies hit a wall and get stunned. Air Slash. Butterfree stores up to 5 Air Slash charges every few seconds. Each charge unleashes a bit of damage and slowing. This allows you to give chase or prevent engagements easily. Holding the button while having 3 or more charges creates a large bursty flurry of slices. Ooh, that's pretty fun. And then its upgrade at level 10 deals more damage and debuffs the enemy's defense and special defense. The other upgrade at level 7 is Stun Spore or Safeguard. So Stun Spore, Butterfree flaps spores into the air. In a large cone-shaped hitbox, enemies hit become massively slowed. That's very cool. And once it gets upgraded at level 12, their defense and special defense also get lowered. Or Safeguard. Unlike Blissey's Safeguard, this one will be a large AoE. It will provide a boost of movement speed and clear hindrances, as well as prevent them for a short time. Interesting. So you lose the shield, but you get this big movement speed buff. I mean, movement speed is so important when maneuvering around a team fight. That could be a really cool ability. And then the Unite move at level 8, Wayward Hurricane. Butterfree unleashes a large gale storm in a targeted area, knocking up all enemies within it. It then creates a large tailwind for the area that controls the area for some time. Enemies are massively slowed and take damage within the remaining winds, while allies are sped up. I mean, that's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome Unite move, and it's really great for, you know, a lot of these bigger sort of team fights you get into around objectives. That could be really fun. Really, really cool idea. Talks a little bit about the premise here. It's your control mage support character intended to have a healthy mix of damage, utility, debuffs, but not so much heals and shields. Yeah, that's really fun. The character is about quick growth. The bugs are known for it. Starts a little rocky, but the character evolves and gets their skills fast. The idea of this kit is to try to pick all the skills for control or utility based around what you're facing. Are you going to be dealing with characters like Zeraora, Gengar, or Garchomp who will try to dive bomb your back line? Pick Whirlwind to knock them off. If not, and you're confident you can deal damage, pick Air Slash instead. Really, really fun. I love this. Thank you for this idea. Again, this is from Red Rider on the Discord. Okay, great. Oh, and by the way, I have a really cool setup a little later in the video from someone on the Discord who put a ton of work into these. A lot of people put a ton of work in. I want to do more of these videos because of that. But I have a really cool setup later in the video that you're going to want to stick around for. I just wanted to mention that. Our next Pokemon. Our next Pokemon from LolFrog69, I wonder what the 69 is about, is Kecleon. Kecleon, all right, here they come. This is a cool choice for a disruptive, messing with your opponent's supporter like Wigglytuff or Mime. He would be a melee type support. Basic attacks. Kecleon slashes the opponent. After 2 basics, the next one becomes boosted, where he attacks the enemy with his tongue. Starting move, Tail Whip. Kecleon swipes the opposing Pokemon with his tail, lowering their defense stat and stunning them for a short time. It would be so fun to get sort of those early moves in where you're all like, I don't want defense curl, I don't want tail whip. I love seeing those in Unite because they actually are kind of useful at times. That's great. Starting move 2, Slash, just a regular early game attack, nothing special. Great, so that's kind of your execute ability so you can take wild Pokemon, and then the stun would really help early in lane. After getting some levels, Tail Whip would be upgraded to Camouflage or Lick. Camouflage is an interesting move that makes Kecleon and his allies standing next to him invisible to the enemies for around 6 to 7 seconds. While invisible, Kecleon and his allies' movement speed is slightly increased. I mean, it's one of those weird things where this is either too good or not good enough, and somewhere in there is a perfect balance, and either side of it is OP or useless. And it's a super fun move idea. I would love to see them make something like that work. Okay, next move, Lick. Lick would be a grappler type attack that would grab enemies and bring them close to Kecleon, also reducing their movement speed for a short period of time. This is close to Gengar's ability, and Gengar uses it early, you know, before it evolves. I think we need a little more on this Lick, in my opinion. It could be really good. Maybe its cooldown's really low, so you get to use it a ton. That could be fun. Now, Slash would upgrade to either Fury Swipes or Dizzy Punch. Fury Swipes would be a multi-attack, just like Double Slap from Tough. The thing is that you can still move while performing the attack. Ooh, I like that a lot, unlike its slappy counterpart. Dizzy Punch would send a quick punch onto an enemy, making them confused and resetting the enemy's move cooldowns. What? That's nuts. I mean, you hit the right Pokemon with that. You hit a Gardevoir with that with huge cooldowns. That's a really cool move. If you camouflage and then sneak up and hit someone with long cooldowns, fun idea. I like that idea. It's really cool. The Unite move would be called Multicolored Madness, where Kecleon would send a long-range beam of colors onto the enemy, stunning them for 6 seconds. That's way too long. I'll just tell you right now, 6 seconds is so long. If you play this game, if you're stunned for 1 second, it's insane. If you're stunned for 2 seconds, I mean, you're KO'd. If you're stunned for 6 seconds, woo! Finally, its ability would be Color Change, where he would increase his defense and special defense when touching a bush for 4 seconds. Ooh, man, that's fun. I really, really like that. Thank you so much, LolFrog. That's great. Let's see here. Our next Mon. From Cocoabutters in the Discord, we have Poliwrath. Is that Poliwrath? Is that the right one? Did I pull the right one? That's not Whirl, is it? Does that kind of look like Poliwhirl? I don't know. Maybe that's Poliwrath. Let me see. Hold on, Jake. I want to see the difference between Poliwhirl and Wrath. Poliwhirl. Whirl. I guess that's Poliwrath. They look pretty similar, honestly, but this one's got the meaner eyes, right? Okay, cool. Poliwrath. I would love to have, sort of like the Politoad, Poliwrath, like a split evolution. I think that would be so cool. Okay, back to this. This is a melee all-rounder. It evolves to Whirl at level 5 and Wrath at level 9. Passive is Swift Swim. The Pokemon gains increased movement speed in water. This Pokemon leaves a puddle of water in an area around it after casting an ability. Puddle lasts for a short duration. Whoa! That's cool. It should be, in my opinion, this just feels like an increased move speed, not only in water, but like for a short period leaving water. So it kind of like chases with it. After 2 basic attacks, the next basic attack becomes empowered, dealing bonus damage and leaving a puddle of water around it. Oh, I see. This is like there's puddles everywhere. Maybe I spoke too soon. Puddles last for a short duration. Okay. Water Gun, the ability. Shoot a stream of water in a line, dealing damage and shoving enemies. Level 5 turns either into Liquidation or Waterfall. Liquidation. Shoot a stream of water in a line, dealing damage. This ability ignores enemy defense. Pretty cool. And then the upgrade at level 13 lowers defense of enemies to 0 for a brief duration. I truly don't know if that could work or not. That seems awesome, but I wonder if that's another one of those where it's like, whoa, you're going to take away 400 some defense from a Pokemon? Could be nuts. Level 5 Waterfall. The Pokemon slams an area around it, causing an eruption of water and throwing nearby enemies. Upgrade at 13 causes another eruption shortly after its first in the previous area. Cool. Fun. Tail Whip. Smacks an enemy Pokemon, dealing damage. Either gets upgraded to Hypnosis or Drain Punch at level 7. Hypnosis hypnotizes enemies in a cone in front of it, causing them to fall asleep for a short duration. Upgrade at level 11. Enemies are slowed for a short duration after waking. Very cool. Or Drain Punch. This punches the Pokemon in front of it, dealing damage and healing a portion of the damage dealt. And at level 11, it increases the damage and healing. I personally, like when I'm thinking about this, both of these builds are really cool. Depending on how powerful Liquidation is, that's going to make the difference between whether or not I'd want to do sort of the Waterfall, Drain Punch, really up-in-your-face bruiser build, or I'd want to go more towards the Liquidation Hypnosis build. Level 9 Unite move, Belly Drum Circle Throw. This Pokemon exchanges half of its current health for extraordinary power, gaining increased damage, attack speed, and becoming unstoppable. Activate again to perform Circle Throw, grabbing a nearby enemy and launching it into a target direction. If the enemy collides into terrain, it's stunned for a short duration. Ooh, sorry. It's tough for me to get through that last part. Stunned for a short duration. Yeah, that's really fun. I love the idea of, using Belly Drum from the game, cutting down your HP and gaining a ton of power. It would need to be a huge increase, but if you stack that with a Buddy Barrier, you're kind of like, all right, I cut my HP, but I got this big shield. Basically, when you see a Poliwrath use its Belly Drum, you got to pull away for a half sec so that shield can at least go away and you can do some damage to it. Really fun idea. Thank you very much, Cocoabutters. From Lord with a capital D at the end, we have Scissor, Jake, Scissor, but it evolves from Scyther, and this actually has a really interesting ability, and you see lots of things like this get added into MOBAs, and I would love to see Unite try more things like this. So, this is Scyther or Scissor, Melee Speedster All-Rounder. In this game, these two Pokemon share the same stat total value, meaning that evolving Scyther comes with trade-offs. Evolving will make you stronger and tankier, but you will lose movement speed and stealing potential, mobs and objectives. I tell you so because, like in the games, you'll be able to choose when to evolve your Pokemon. If you evolve ASAP, Scissor will be very strong in lane, but you won't be able to carry because you won't get enough experience being so slow. Instead, if you keep Scyther for more time, you'll be able to get more XP having very fast mob killing and movement. Now that I've explained the premise of the Pokemon, let's talk about the moves. So, this is really cool. I'm not sure exactly how they'd have to do it. There would need to be some sort of cost benefit from evolving, especially if it is your Unite until you make your way into the next Mon. But it's a really cool idea, and I want to see them do more things with this where maybe you hold your evolution for a while because you get all your moves faster. So if you hold it for, 2 levels, you get all of your moves where you could evolve earlier. There has to be a good trade-off for this, but it's really fun. Okay. Unlocks the evolution at level 6. It will be in the Unite move slot. Boosted attack. For Scyther, every third hit is a dual slash that deals more damage and has more range, also moving the user in the direction it was used. Scyther, every third hit is an uppercut that deals more damage and throws the opponent. Passive is Technician. It boosts the user's move power against Pokemon who have their defenses decreased. Move 1, Slash, similar to Zeraora's version of the move, but a single hit. Move 2, Wing Attack, a dashing attack dealing damage to the opponents in the area of effect. Both moves will be kept between Scyther and Scyther. They get them at level 7 and upgrade at level 12. So, move 1 is Bug Bite. Grab an enemy with the same activation of Slash, you lift the opponent up and then leaving them in front of the user, dealing damage and decreasing defenses. Upgrade increases damage, and now after the grab, the opponent will be left behind the user. So this, full disclosure, this was made, I believe, way before Mamoswine. So this is kind of similar, but a very common all-rounder move, similar to Submission as well. Move 1R. Sword Dance. The user buffs its attack for a period of time. If used again during the buff, the user will shoot a sword in front of them, dealing damage but ending the buff and starting the cooldown. Upgrade. The buff lasts longer and the damage of the sword attack is increased. Move 2. Move 2s are different. Once Scyther evolves, it loses his moves and can again choose between the 2 scissor moves. So, gets them up at level 5. Upgrade at level 14. Scyther's moves don't upgrade. Move to L. U-turn for Scyther. Dashing attack that deals damage in the area of effect. You can link yourself to an ally once the move hits. If the linked ally is in range, the user and that ally will switch places. How would you make this work? This is a hard one. I like the idea of this a lot, especially given how it works in the game. I'm just wondering, I mean, how do you, because I feel like playing solo, you're going to have people who are like, this Scyther just U-turned me into the enemies. Move 2L for Scyther is Bullet Punch, a flurry of attacks that deal damage in a small AoE in front of the user. Hold the button for more hits, but more cooldown. Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. You just keep holding it. Like it's close combat like Lucario, but you're like, no, this is still going. The upgrade increases range and cooldown reduced. Move 2R, Scyther, Dual Wing Beat. Dashing attack that deals damage in the area of effect. 2 charges. If the first dash hits, the second one will be stronger. For Scyther, it is Iron Claw. Close range attack that deals damage in front of the user. If this move kills the opponent, the user gets an attack buff for a short period of time. Upgrade increases the damage and resets the cooldown if you get the buff. I love abilities like this in MOBAs, where when you execute someone, you get it back, kind of like Greninja's Surf. Very fun. Unite move is for Scyther only. Iron Meteor Dive. Scyther jumps and throws a falling punch, dealing damage in an AoE at a set distance from where the attack started. The impact is so strong that opponents hit by the move are stunned for a very short amount of time. There we go. Really, really fun. Thank you so much, Lord. I really like a lot of the ideas behind that. And I don't know if I read it as well as I see it described in my head, but yeah, you've got this tree that you don't get to fully branch into until you're Scyther. You don't get your Unite move. So for a while, again, you might be Scyther because you're really good at stealing, but then quickly you have to go, no, at level X, I know that I'm going to switch over to Scyther, or I'm going to do it really early. You go Scyther right away. Really fun idea. Thank you for that. This last design for today's video is from yaboipants. They actually have a YouTube video they made showing off this design. They put a lot of work into it. I'll link it in the description. It's very cool. If you want to check it out, click the link, go show them some love, tell them the cowboy sent you. Here we go. This is for Alligator. I mean, you can see, like, look at the work put in. This is going to cut me off, and that's totally fine. I'll try to move over a little bit and make this bigger even. So, for Alligator, difficulty expert. It is a melee attacker. I'm wondering if there's a way for me to... Yeah, look at this. So, okay, great. The basic attack becomes boosted with every 4th attack, dealing continual damage and stunning opposing Pokemon for a short time when it hits. That's pretty sick. Sheer Force. When the opposing Pokemon is at low HP, this is its passive ability. This Pokemon's moves deal extra damage, but lose their secondary effects. These moves cannot be critical hits. Ooh. Ooh, this is an interesting Mon. Very cool. Let's take a look at the progression of this Mon here. There we go. we've got the progression of this from Totodile, Croconaw, and for Alligator. This is a 159. So this Pokemon has a big progression, like a long way to progress. A level 5 evolution is late, and level 9 evolution is kind of late for a lot of Mons. So not the latest, but definitely a long progression for this Pokemon here. Let's see. And let's do some of its moves. And look at how much work went into this. It's really, really cool. Thank you for doing this. All right, its moves. Level 1 and 3 moves. We start with either Aqua Jet or Bite. Aqua Jet is a dash. You charge forward in a cloak of water, decreasing movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time. Cool. I don't know if it does damage. Does it say that? Maybe. But a lot of moves do. But it's a 5-second cooldown too, so maybe it only just dashes. And then Bite has a large set of jaws in front of the user's gaping mouth. The jaws bite down, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and leaving them unable to move for a short time with a 10-second cooldown. Very, very fun. Let's take a look at the next move set here. Its level 5 moves are either Aqua Tail or Ice Punch. So I'm guessing this replaces your dash, right? I'm not sure. Has the user spin in a circle with its tail out, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and shoving them away from the user. The upgrade shoves opposing Pokemon further. Fun. Low cooldown too, 5.5 seconds. Or Ice Punch. This is a dash. Has the user punch with an icy fist, dealing damage and shoving opposing Pokemon when hit. Also freezes opposing Pokemon if they were previously hit with a boosted attack, Aqua Jet, Surf, or Liquidation. Upgrade reduces the cooldown of Aqua Jet, Surf, or Liquidation if this move freezes an opposing Pokemon. I love that. I feel like I would love to run Ice Punch. That feels like that's really in my wheelhouse, is something that resets its cooldown like that. I'm digging it. Okay, level 7 are options. By the way, I just got to say I love that Surf is an option. Surf has to be an option for any water Pokemon. Attacks with a wave, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon. Once the wave has traveled its full distance, it crashes, leaving a puddle that decreases movement speed of opposing Pokemon in the area of effect for a short time. The upgrade increases the move's range and decreases this move's cooldown. Very cool. Or Liquidation, which is a dash. Has the user dash through the opposing Pokemon, decreasing movement speed and defense of opposing Pokemon for a short time. Upgrade increases this move's range and the duration of the effects. So it's a long cooldown. 12 seconds, that's a long one. And we don't know, obviously, the move speed or defense decrease. Decretion? That's a new one. What did I say before that one time? Upcrease? Now we have decretion. Oh, Jake, you are a nonsense person. Great. So Surf or Liquidation. I mean, I'm a Surf man through and through, but I love the idea of Liquidation there. Okay, let's see. Final move, its Unite move, is right here. Ballistic Crunch. Ballistic Crunch. The user opens his mouth, forming a massive set of jaws in front of the user. The user then repeatedly bites down with these jaws, damaging opposing Pokemon in front of the user. Using this move again will have the user leap into the air and dive towards the opposing Pokemon while unleashing a final powerful bite. The final bite then explodes after use, once again dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. Really, really cool. Again, he has a video going over all this if you want to check it out. I love it. I mean, first off, I just want to say everyone is so creative. These are awesome. These are so many great ideas for Pokemon to come to the game. You can post your ideas in the wishes and theories section of the Discord. I want to make more of these videos. Maybe I can get them on a weekly basis, maybe bi-weekly or something like that. I just think they're so cool, and there are a lot of good ideas that I guarantee. One of my favorite things about this, you will see a Pokemon. It might not be this Pokemon, but you'll see a Pokemon in the game with a similar moveset and concept, and you'll think back and go, oh wow, someone had this idea and then they put that into the game. So let me know what you think. What are some Pokemon you want to see? What's your favorite in this video? Actually, that's the comment I would love to hear most. Out of this video, what was your favorite Pokemon talked about? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.